Part 1. Number 1 through Number 8. Directions.
Here is an example. On the recording, you will hear, listen to an instructor talk to his class about painting.
Artist Grant Wood was a guiding force in the school of painting known as American Regionalist, a style reflecting the distinctive characteristics of art from rural areas of the United States. Wood began drawing animals on the family farm at the age of 3, and when he was 38, one of his paintings received a remarkable amount of public notice and acclaim. This painting, called American Gothic, is a starkly simple depiction of a serious couple staring directly out at the viewer.
Now listen to a sample question. What style of painting is known as American Regionalist? In your test book, you will read A. Art from America's inner cities. B. Art from the central region of the U.S. C. Art from various urban areas in the U.S. D. Art from rural sections of America. The best answer to the question, what style of painting is known as American Regionalist, is D. Art from rural sections of America. Therefore, the correct choice is D.
Number 1.
A lot of people think that being an animal doctor is very easy, but it is not. First, the training is very difficult. A person has to learn the same basic medical information as a doctor for people. Then, a person has to learn about how different animals have their organs in different places. Human organs are in the same position in all people. However, a dog's heart is in a different location than a cat's heart. Animal doctors need to know that. Also, animal doctors need to be good at understanding animals. Animals cannot talk and tell you what is wrong, so you have to learn how to understand without words. I think that this is the most important quality.
Number 2.
Last Saturday, I injured my ankle playing basketball. One of the players from the other team bumped into me and I fell down. When I fell, my ankle twisted. It was very painful immediately. When I woke up, it was very swollen and a little red, so I went to the hospital. The doctor gave me some pain-relieving tablets and told me to take 2 tablets a day and wrap my ankle tightly with a bandage for 1 week. He said it was not a serious injury and that I would be just fine. He told me not to do any exercise for 3 weeks. I have to rest my ankle so it can heal more quickly. I'm really looking forward to getting back to the basketball court.
Number 3.
I'm not really a good student. I don't often get high grades. I don't usually like studying in school, but there are a couple of subjects I enjoy. My two favorite subjects in school are chemistry and art. I like chemistry because it uses the logical part of my brain. I can work for hours trying to find the answer to a complex chemistry problem. You might be thinking that sounds like math, but it is more interesting than mathematics because then I can go to the chemistry lab and do experiments. It is exciting to see what happens when I do an experiment. On the other hand, I like art because I can be creative. I can express my feelings with a paintbrush. Both art and chemistry let me express different parts of myself.
Number 4.
My exams today were so difficult. I had 3 exams. In the morning, I had a French exam. French is really difficult for me, especially French spelling. I can never remember if I need an extra E at the end of words and that kind of thing. Then, after lunch, I had a history exam. I couldn't remember any of the dates that I studied before the exam. History is the most difficult subject because I find it boring. Finally, in the afternoon, I had a math exam. It was difficult, but math is my favorite subject, so I think I did pretty well on the exam. I'm good at math and I usually get high grades, so I'm sure I'll get a good score. Last semester, I got the best grade in my class.
Number 5.
Ken, I'd like to introduce you to my family. They've really been looking forward to meeting you. This is my wife Sandy, and these are my 3 children. This tough little one is my son Mike, and these are my 2 daughters, Anne and Christina. Mike is 7 years old, and the girls are both 5. As you can probably tell, they are twins. It was a lot of work taking care of the twins when they were babies. We were afraid of mixing them up. It's not a problem now they are older because they have developed such different personalities. They are a little shy right now, but they'll soon start asking you all kinds of questions.
Number 6.
My wife Gail and I have recently purchased a beautiful home. It has a large garden and a yard for the kids and the dog. It's near the local school where Gail teaches, and it is near several shops and a sports center. The kids are crazy about swimming and soccer, so it's going to be great for them. Inside there's a kitchen, living room, dining room, and bathroom. Upstairs, there's our bedroom, plus separate bedrooms for our 2 kids. They are looking forward to choosing their own wallpaper to decorate their rooms. There's plenty of room, and we're happy to be first-time homeowners. We were so tired of paying rent to other people. We're going to enjoy living here.
Number 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's program. On our talk show today, we have 3 guests. First, this is Mr. Brian Hopkins from Chicago, Illinois. Next to him is Ms. Tina Martin from Madison, Wisconsin. And on her left, we have Dr. James Lee from Orlando, Florida. Welcome to all of you. Our topic for discussion today is the problem many homeowners have with their neighbors. Most of us don't even know our neighbors, but some families have a difficult relationship with the people living next door. Loud parties, parking their cars in front of your house, their dog making a mess in your yard. Why can't we all just get along? What are some things we can do to help deal with bad neighbors? Let's take a look.
Number 8.
The Talk of the Town is a romantic comedy set in a small town in the south of France. This movie takes a typical love story and gives it a little bit of a surprising twist that I think most viewers will really enjoy. In The Talk of the Town, rich businessman Timothy Green finds himself on vacation in the strange town of Molière. Nothing here is quite what it seems. He constantly upsets the locals with his foolish mistakes and his inability to speak the French language. However, after meeting the mysterious and accident-prone Stephanie, played by Nina Ricci, his trip begins to improve. Go to see this movie if you want a light-hearted diversion. It will certainly make you laugh, and I bet you won't believe the surprise ending. This movie is suitable for the whole family.
Part 2. Directions. Number 9 through number 12.
Hi there. On last week's programme, we interviewed the man behind the idea of the international camps. So I thought that this week you'd be interested to hear more about one of the camps which will be held later this year. Over to you, Michael.
Thank you. Yes, the camp is open to everyone between the ages of 18 to 23. You don't have to be a student. You don't even have to be employed. But you must be able to speak one foreign language in addition to your mother tongue.
OK. And what about accommodation?
Well, the international camp organisers supply tents which sleep up to 4 people. but you are unlikely to know the people who you'll be sharing a tent with. The nationalities are mixed, so you'll be sharing with people who may not even speak your language.
Sounds interesting. Who does the cooking at the camp?
Everybody is expected to help with the running of the camp. That means helping to prepare food, keeping the campsite clean and tidy, and so on. The camp organisers are looking for people who can get along with others, whatever happens.
And is there anything you need to take?
Well, as I've said, tents are provided, but you'll need to bring your own pillow, knife, fork and spoon. If you get chosen, you're also asked to bring along photographs, postcards, anything that shows some of the traditions and customs of your own country. Everything goes into an exhibition at the start of the camp, together with a huge map of the world showing the different countries people come from.
Number 13
through
Number 16.
Listen to a conversation on a university campus.
You seem to know your way around campus. Have you been here long?
I'm a senior literature major. I'll be graduating next June.
Your major is literature? Mine is too. But I'm just beginning my work in my major. I just transferred to this university from a junior college. Perhaps you could tell me about the courses you've got to take for a literature major.
Well, for a literature major, you need to take 8 courses, 3 required courses and 5 electives. First, you have to take Survey of World Literature, Parts 1 and 2. This is really 2 courses, and it'll take 2 semesters, and it's required for all literature majors. The other course required for all literature majors is Introduction to Literary Analysis.
You mean, if I want to specialize in American literature, I still must take 2 semesters of world literature?
Yes, because the 2 semesters are required for all literature majors.
But I only want to study American literature.
At least you can take all of your 5 elective courses in the area that you want.
Well, that's what I'll do then.
Number 17
through
Number 20.
to a conversation between 2 friends.
Wasn't that a fascinating lecture on dolphins? I didn't know that dolphins traveled in such large groups or were able to communicate with other members of their group with those whistle-like sounds.
And they also use clicks as a sort of sonar.
I really couldn't understand that part of the lecture. You could?
Yes, the dolphins use clicks to identify objects in the water. They can even identify tiny objects more than 100 meters away using these clicks. Scientists believe that a dolphin may even have a sonar-like image in its brain of a distant object, so that it can identify the object long before the dolphin can actually see the object.
So the dolphins use these clicks mostly to identify objects in the water?
I think so, and they have considerably more ability to do this than humans do.
It's hard to believe that in addition to these sonar clicks, dolphins are actually learning some human language.
Yes, I believe that the lecturer said that some dolphins had already learned around 50 human commands, and that those dolphins were able to understand not only individual words, but words clustered together in sentences.
Dolphins must certainly be amazing animals to do all of that.
I'm sure they are, and we're only just beginning to find out how intelligent they are.
Part 3. Directions. Number 21 through number 25.
Listen to a welcome address by a member of a club.
Welcome to this introductory meeting for new members of the Sierra Club. The Sierra Club is an organization whose goals are centered on the protection of the environment. It was founded in 1892 in San Francisco by naturalist John Muir, who is intent on preserving the natural beauty and harmony of the Sierra Nevadas in eastern California. Today, the Sierra Club boasts almost 200,000 members in all 50 states of the United States. Through activities such as conferences, lectures, exhibits, and films, the organization works to continue the effort begun by John Muir. The Sierra Club also publishes a weekly newsletter, a bi-monthly magazine, and various books.
Number 26 through number 30.
Listen to a talk by a university employee.
The next stop on our campus tour for new freshmen is the University Sports Complex. This university has extensive sports facilities and is dedicated to providing maximum student access to these facilities. On the right, you can see the University Stadium, which is used for football and soccer, as well as track and field. The gymnasium straight ahead contains the arena that is used for basketball and gymnastics. The gymnasium also includes an up-to-date exercise room with a large variety of the latest equipment. The exercise room is open to any student with valid student ID, not just members of athletic teams. The pool complex is behind the gymnasium, and that is also open for general student use, except when the swim team, the diving team, or the water polo team is practicing. To the left, you can see the tennis courts and outdoor volleyball courts. It is possible to take instruction classes in these sports, or you're welcome to sign up for court time at the athletic department office if you just want to play with some of your friends. These are just some of the sports facilities that are available to you here, but I think you can see that this university makes an effort to provide the best opportunity for its students to take part in sports. Now, let's continue on to the Art Center.
Number 31 through number 35.
Listen to a talk given by a professor.
Today's lecture is on the difference between the two literary styles of realism and naturalism. These two styles have in common a faithfulness to actual experience and a mistrust of idealism. Although they do have several similarities, realism and naturalism should be clearly differentiated. The realist objectively reports on events, with the accuracy of the description as the prime motive. The naturalist, on the other hand, has more of a philosophic bent. Naturalist writings express the writer's philosophy that human actions are determined by natural laws, such as heredity and environment.